to the next chapter, everyone. Nature of supply. Please come to nature of supply. I'll give you 2 minutes ka break. Okay? I'll also take 2 minutes ka relaxation. Now, the next chapter we are going to do is nature of supply. Everyone listen to me very carefully. Nature of supply. Sir, what does that linking come for this chapter? We started learning GST with what, everyone? Goods or service. Goods or service has to be supplied. Supply can be either interstate supply or supply can be either intrastate. What do you mean by interstate? What do you mean by intrastate? That is told by the chapter of nature of supply. Everyone over here. Because sir, why do you have to bifurcate between inter or intra? Because it is interstate supply. What will be charged? IGST. Intrastate, what will be charged? CGST. Now, everyone over here. Section number 7 goes ahead and talks about what is interstate supply. Section number 8 goes ahead and talks about what is intrastate supply. Can I go ahead, everyone? Now, sir, what is interstate supply? People, can you tell me what is intrastate, interstate? Inter. Whenever transaction is happening between two different state, two different UT, one state, one UT, it is always what, everyone? Interstate supply. What is intrastate? Within the same state, within the same UT, it is always called what, everyone? Intrastate. But inter and intra always goes by section number 7 and section number 8 of the IGST Act. What is section number 7 telling? Section number 7 says, see, whenever you determine whether something is inter or intra, you always see location of supplier and place of supply. Yes or no, everyone? Location of supplier and place of supply. So they are going ahead and telling, please apply section number 10 of the IGST Act, section number 10 of the IGST Act, or section number 12 of the IGST Act. Find out your place of supply. Find out your place of supply. Now, if location of supplier and place of supply are in two different states, two different UT, one state, one UT, then always it will be what, everyone? Interstate. Then they went ahead and told importation of goods till they cross the custom borders. Always remember, importation of goods is what, everyone? Interstate. Importation of service is also what, everyone? Interstate. Supplying of goods or supplying of service or both, where location of supply is in India, place of supply is outside India, supply is in India, place of supply is outside India, intra or inter? Interstate. Sir, supplying to or supplying by an SEZ unit is always what, everyone? SEZ unit or developer is always inter. I am supplying to SEZ or SEZ is supplying. Always remember, it is always interstate. And always remember, any transaction happening in the taxable territory which is not intra, which is not intra, or which is not covered anywhere else also will always be deemed as what, everyone? Interstate. Any transaction in the taxable territory not being intra and not covered elsewhere will always be what, everyone? Interstate. What is intrastate supply, everyone? What is intrastate? Intrastate means, first they are telling, please find out the place of supply by applying section number 10. Now, if location of supplier and place of supplier in the same state, same union territory, it is always intrastate supply. They went ahead and told, proviso, following shall never be intra. What shall never be intra? Supplying to or by an SEZ unit or developer will never be intra. Why, sir? Because it is always interstate. You are supplying to SEZ or SEZ is supplying. Always remember one thing, it is never intra. It is always what, everyone? Interstate. Next, importation of goods till they cross the custom frontier, because importation of goods is what, everyone? Always interstate. It is never intra. Then they told supplies made to a tourist. Whenever you are making supply to whom, everyone? Tourist. Always remember one thing, supplying of what? Goods to a tourist. Tourist will take the goods outside India, and hence they are going ahead and telling it is never intrastate supply. It is always, sir, what is not intra is always inter. Next, section number 12 you have to apply and find out the place of supply, and they're telling, if in case of supply of service, whenever location of supplier and place of supply are in the same state, same UT, it will always be what everyone? Intrastate. And they told proviso, supplying of people, see, above one was supplying of goods. Here it is talking about supply of service. They are telling supply of service to or by SEZ shall never be what everyone? Intrastate, because it is always interstate. Next. Now listen to me very carefully. Can you tell me everyone, what do you mean by India? India means what everyone? Territory of India. If I tell you territorial waters of India, what is territorial waters of India everyone? 12 nautical mile. Up to 12 nautical mile, it is also India. Below that, the seabed and the subsoil which is there is also India. After that, the exclusive economic zone, which is 188 nautical mile, that is also India. Below this, the continental shelf is also India. Remember, above India, the airspace which is there is also India. Above the territorial water, the airspace which is there is also India. But above this, the airspace is not India. Tell me one thing, everyone. What is India? Territory of India. After that, the territorial waters of India. Below the territorial water, seabed and subsoil. After that, exclusive economic zone is India. Below that, continental shelf is also India. Airspace above the territory and territorial water is also India. Tell me, is the airspace above the exclusive economic zone India? No. Next. So that is the definition of India which is given over here. Now tell me one thing, everyone. If I am going ahead and if I go ahead and ask you, tell me one thing. This is something I want you to tell. One ship is over here, okay, in the territorial waters of India. I am in the state of Delhi. Location of supplier is in Delhi. I supplied to one ship in the territorial waters of India. The ship is located 5 nautical mile from Goa and 7 nautical mile from Kerala. Can you tell me what is the location of the ship? Tell no. Nearest coastal state. The location means the place of supply will always be what everyone? Nearest coastal state. Can you tell me what will I charge? IGST. Why? Because these people have to take registration in the nearest coastal state. Okay. Now tell me, I went ahead and supplied in the exclusive economic zone. Exclusive economic zone is a state or a union territory? Remember one thing, exclusive economic zone is a union territory, and the name of that union territory is other territory. Now my question to you guys, if I am supplying from Delhi to an exclusive economic zone, intra or inter? Intra or inter? One state to another, UT is always interstate, and what will come everyone? IGST. Chalo, I'll ask you one thing. There is one more oil field over here, EZ to another EZ. Within the EZ, if I am supplying, then inter or intra? People remember, EZ is a separate union territory. If you supply within the union territory, it is always intra, and CGST and UTGST will come. Is my point clear to all? Everyone over here, I've gone ahead and written that, sir, remember, if you are supplying in the territorial water, people, if I am supplying in the territorial waters of India, if place of supply is in the territorial water, place of supply will be deemed to be the nearest coastal state. Supposingly, supply is in the territorial waters of India, he is supplying from the territorial water, then supplier ka location will be what? Nearest coastal state. Always remember, if location of supply is in the territorial water, his location will be deemed to be in the nearest coastal state. If place of supply is in the territorial water, place of supply will be deemed to be in the nearest coastal state or UT. Sir, supplying to or fro EZ. Always remember, EZ is another territory which is a union. Louder. Which is a union territory. Supplying to or fro, and EZ is always interstate. But sir, supplying within the EZ will always be intrastate. Next, everyone over here now. Right side, I've gone ahead and given the definition of export of goods. Sir, what do you mean by export of goods? Export of goods means just, simple it is, taking from India, outside India. Whenever you take from India, goods outside India to a place outside India, it will always be what? Export of goods. But export of service always carries a definition. What is the definition? Export of service means the supply of any service when supplier is in India, recipient is outside India. People with me? Supplier is in India, recipient is outside India. The place of supply is outside India. What you are receiving is foreign convertible currency. And you both are not mere establishment of distinct person, you are actual different person. It should not be my own head office outside India. No, no, no. It should be actual different person from whom I am receiving the money. Only then my service will be considered as what? Export of service. See here everyone. Export of service means the supply of any service when supplier is in India, recipient is outside India, place of supply is outside India, payment is received in convertible foreign exchange or INR wherever permitted by the RBI. Baba, in Nepal, Bhutan, you can receive INR also. And sir, supplier and recipient are not mere establishment of distinct person, they are actual distinct person. Can I go ahead everyone? Now, tell me one thing. State Bank of India is there. State Bank of India has one branch in Dubai. Branch is there in Dubai. They gave some services to the branch and branch went ahead and made the payment. Is it export of service? Tell no. Yes or no? No. Why? Because they are just distinct person. They should be actual different person. Supposingly, State Bank of India went ahead and gave services to Standard Chartered Bank US and earned foreign currency. Is it export of service? Yes. Next. People over here, they have gone ahead and told what is distinct person. See, explanation. A person, one establishment in India has one establishment in India, other outside India, then establishment of distinct person. One establishment in one state or UT, another establishment outside the state or UT, it will be establishment of distinct person. One establishment in a state in India, other establishment also registered within the same state. So if in one state I have two separate establishments registered, both are registered, then it will be always establishment of distinct person. Tell me one thing. It is going ahead and telling when will it be deemed that I have one establishment in another outside the country. Supposingly I have a representational office in US. Is it my own establishment? Yes. I have one agency office in the US. Is it my own establishment? Yes. They are going ahead and telling a person carrying on business through a branch office, agency office, representational office in any territory will be treated to have an establishment in that territory. Are we all clear till here? Tell me one thing everyone. When will you tell something as export of service? When supply is in India, with me everyone, supply is in India, recipient is outside India, place of supply is outside India. What you are receiving is foreign convertible currency and you both should be actual distinct person, not mere establishment of different distinct person. It should be actually different person. Only then your service will be treated as what? Export of service. Government is telling don't get money from your own people, get money from outsider. Only then India will become rich. Is my point clear to all? Next. Now, zero rated supply. What do you mean by zero rated supply, everyone? Listen to me very carefully. What is zero rated supply? Government says, Ramesh, if you are falling in zero rated supply, you will be what is zero rated supply? Actually, zero rated supply ka meaning is your selling pay also no GST, outward supply pay also no GST. Whatever you bought, supposingly, I bought some raw material, converted them into finished goods and exported. Government says, Ramesh, this export ka transaction will be treated as what? Zero rated supply. It means when you export, no, don't charge any tax. Don't charge any GST. I told government, if I don't charge any tax, when I buy whatever GST paid, what to do? Government told, I will give you a refund. It means buying pay also no GST, selling pay also no GST. The whole chain is what? Zero rated. And that is why we call it zero rated supply. What are the two zero rated supply? Export of goods services or both, or supplying of goods services for authorized operation to whom? SEZ unit or developer. Always remember one thing, two things are zero rated. What is zero rated? Number one, export. Number two, supplying to whom? SEZ unit or developer. Next. Sir, always remember one thing. Whenever you are making zero rated supply, subject to section number 17.5, it means whatever is the block credit, forget it. Other than block credit, they are telling ITC may be availed for making zero rated supply, even if such supply is an exempt supply. For an example, I went ahead and bought plastic. People, I bought plastic. On plastic, I paid GST. I bought plastic. On plastic, I paid GST. From the plastic, I made plastic bangles. Plastic bangles are actually exempt in India. But you know what? If you export those plastic bangles, government says still I will give you export of service ka benefit. Whatever the GST paid on the raw material, you will get a refund. Tell me one thing. If normally you supply something in India which are exempt, do you get ITC or no ITC? No ITC. But if you go ahead and export it, ITC will be given and that ITC will be refunded to you. Can we go ahead, everyone? The third one over here, whenever you are going ahead and making zero rated supply, what is the way to make zero rated supply? Government says a registered person making zero rated supply shall be eligible to claim refund of the unutilized ITC on supplying of goods services without payment of IGST under bond or LUT as per section number 54. What do you mean by this? Government told Ramesh, do one thing. Go ahead and export. Exports are interstate, right everyone? Are yes or no? Supply is in India. Place of supply is outside India. It is what? Supply is in India. Place of supply is outside India. It is always what? Interstate. Interstate means what should come? But government told don't pay IGST. Just give one LUT or bond. LUT or bond. You know what will happen, Ramesh? Whatever is the ITC, no, you can go ahead and claim a refund. Is this point clear to all? So, sir, what is one way of making zero rated supply? What is one way of making zero rated supply? Buy the item, export. Export may don't pay any GST. Whatever is the ITC is there, take a refund. What is the second way? But here, government went ahead and told one thing. Remember, whenever you are going ahead and exporting under LUT or bond, whenever you are exporting under LUT or bond, the ITC refund will be given. But make sure that registered person making zero rated supply, in case of non-realization of sale proceed, be liable to deposit the refund along with interest within 13 days after the expiry of the time limit as per FEMA. It means you should always get the foreign currency within the time limit as per FEMA. If you don't get, then you have to deposit whatever refund was given to you. Are we clear, everyone? You have to always deposit the refund which was given to you within how many days? 30 days. Next. Sir, one more thing over here is government is going ahead and telling Ramesh, whenever you export, generally, tell me one thing, whenever you go ahead and export, what will you give? LUT or bond? LUT or bond, and your ITC ka refund will be given. But government went ahead and told for some notified goods, always you have to pay GST and you have to go ahead and export, and whatever GST you paid at the time of exporting, you can go ahead and claim a refund. Government went ahead and told, government on the recommendation of council, RC means what, everyone? Recommendation of council by notification will go ahead and specify a class of person who may make zero rated supply on IGST payment, or a class of goods or service which may be exported on IGST payment and claim a refund of the IGST which is so paid. And you know what? Government have gone ahead and notified all goods and service and all the suppliers who are supplying to whom? SEZ unit or developer as those people who can go ahead and supply by making the paying what? IGST, and whatever is the IGST paid, you can go ahead and claim a refund. Tell me one thing, what are the two things which are zero rated, everyone? Can you tell me what is zero rated supply? Two zero rated supply. Export and supplying to whom? SEZ unit or developer. Can I go ahead, everyone? What are the two ways to make zero rated supply? Make zero rated supply. Supposingly, make export, give LUT or bond. What will happen? ITC will be refunded. What is the another way to make zero rated supply, everyone? Make export, pay IGST. How will you pay the IGST? Whatever input tax rate is there, use it. Whatever the remaining amount is there, please pay in cash. And now whatever the IGST is there, no, total IGST ka refund will be given to you. Is my point clear to all? People, what are the two ways to make zero rated supply? Number one, Give value to your bond, take ITC refund. Number 2, pay IGST. Whatever IGST is paid, take a refund. Everyone over here now, let's go ahead. So that is what is the chapter of nature of supply. Why do we learn the chapter of nature of supply? So that you can learn little about what is zero rated supply. What are the 2 things which are zero rated supply? Exports and supplying to. Supplying to or supply by? Supplying to SEZ unit or developer. Is my point clear to all? Now, sir, this chapter, it's a C graded chapter. They don't ask question directly from this chapter. But you should just read this chapter. Why you should not leave? Because if you don't know this chapter, next chapter linking becomes difficult. I'll close my revision on the chapter of nature of supply.